Gymnosperms had dominated the world for a couple 100 million years until, in the Cretaceous period, the angiosperms appeared with their fancy flowers. Today, in our region of Australia, angiosperms abound. You are likely to only see 2 native species of gymnosperms, both in the genus Calitris. Calitris gracilis and Calitris rhomboidea both reproduce using cones. Such is the gymnosperm way. Let us look at these cones more closely. We shall have the talk about the birds and the bees of the gymnosperms. Introduced pine trees will make excellent subjects for our investigation. Specifically, we will use the Aleppo pine. Alas, we are too late in the season to see male cones, only the stems on which they once grew on. Thanks to public domain images, here is some male cones on another species of pine. This is where you find out the birds and the bees are irrelevant. These cones release their pollen into the wind. With millions of pollen grains, you're bound to hit your target. In this case, the female cone! This one was recently pollinated and has closed its scales to begin the slow process of seed development, which will take 3 years. The female cone has 3 main stages: the ovulate, fertilized, and mature cone. Let us look at the first stage. Behind each scale are 2 ovules, which will develop into seeds. Unlike the angiosperms, these are not protected by an ovary. This is why the translation of gymnosperm means naked seeds. With the base of the scale removed, we can see each ovule has a small tube. This is the microphyle, an opening to allow the pollen in. Now let's take a look at a fertilized cone. Although the pollen enters the cone at the ovulate stage, it takes about a year for it to finally fertilize the female cell. Now seed development can begin. Can you spot the developing seeds? Now after 3 years, the scales open up and release mature seeds. Each seed has a little wing attachment to help it helicopter its way down to the ground.